Square that up. Let's go. Let's get this show on the road. Tube. BC's got to get amplified on Monday Night Raw 5/8/2023. Let's go. All right, here we go. There's my unit. There's my unit. Eric Leno, James Shrimfajitas, Tarek Dawn, Adrian Black, JR9 Gaming, Carlos Ray, Young Riaz. What's up? All right, I got my unit up in here. People will file in. I gave 27 minutes of notice. The middle of the morning on a Tuesday. Thousands will catch this afterwards. You know how I do things, man. I am, what do they call it? Unconventional? I'm unconventional at this YouTube shit. I'm never going to change, man. People will find it when they find it. Guys, on Monday Night Raw last night, we're going to talk about it all, man. Sethington, Super Sethington. Oh, hold on. If you don't mind, I'm going to switch headphones. That's just to make sure you guys are getting good playback. Now, BC has to make sure I'm getting good playback. So let me put in the earbuds if you don't mind. These are better for me. Appreciate it. It's much better when I'm screaming and getting amplified. It's better for my own playback. So, Sethington turned into Super Sethington last night, as we knew he would. We will talk about this tournament. We will talk about what happened in the triple threats. We'll talk about the main event. And my question to my unit is simple. I asked this yesterday. There was a big live stream we did last night before Monday Night Raw. Big live stream, man. Big shout out to Jane Donnelly and the Stegmeister, Stifler Steggles, for huge contributions to the channel via the super chats, man. That just made that chat, that live stream so fucking epic. And I raised a question. I raised a big question. And that was Seth Rollins with this world title. How much different is that going to be from the United States Championship? And that's a fair question. Unit, before I start anything, I'm asking literally in the chat, please tell me how Seth Rollins with the world title is going to be better than the lackluster title reign of the U.S. title and the Lashley Austin Theory bullshit. Is it because he has a sing-along? Because his booking is not going to be better. It's going to be Seth Rollins now with a world title. How is it going to be? And if you have an answer, I want to know. How is it going to be better? Okay, Crazy Country Boy says nothing will be different. JR9 says Seth, the last world title reign was horrific. The Hell in a Cell BS with The Fiend. And JR9, I'm just talking about the United States title because it's clear that they're trying to redo that, right? It's clear that they're trying to redo the United States bullshit where that was acting as the world title because Roman Reigns didn't want to show up to work. So Roman didn't want to show up to work. They tried to make the U.S. title like it was a main event world title. Seth Rollins had it for a while. He was always going for it. And it absolutely failed miserably, fell to the wayside. So now they're just going to do it with the actual newly created participation trophy title. I don't see how this is going to be different, guys. Kevin MD says, you never know. You never know. Well, that's a shitty answer, Kevin MD. Let's just wing it. They haven't been special in anything they've done in 10 fucking years, or at least few and far in between. Let's just throw another title on them. Let's see where it goes. Let's walk outside and see which way the wind is blowing, right? I don't know about that answer. You never know. That's an Italian answer. Hey, you'll never know, huh? You don't know until you try. Just go out and do it. That's old school Italian. You never know. Who else has some good fucking answers, man, of what Seth Rollins winning this is going to do? It's funny. This guy was lost. His character, we still to this day don't understand the character. At least he's going away from the Joker type character. It's starting to be the old school Seth Rollins a little bit more. You guys can tell, right? A little bit more. Even the outfits, more often than not, are getting a little bit more toned down. But it's just the sing-along that got him super over again. You take the fucking whoa bullshit away, and as much as we love Seth Rollins, we do. He earns and he deserves championships, there's no question. Is this the best fit right now? What is this going to do for everybody? What's it going to do for the company? We throw a world title on Seth Rollins, and I'm having flashbacks of Seth Rollins with the U.S. title not many months ago. And it didn't do anything. It was boring. It was lackluster. Creative had nothing they didn't even know what to do with Seth Rollins with a championship, much less without. You don't... I'm seeing the definition of insanity, doing the same shit over and over and expecting a different result. Now, Adrian Black, I don't think it's going to be any different. It's not going to change anything, says James Shrimplahitas. The Scarecrow just says it is not going to be better. Stu says it will be worse. There isn't a shred of better. No difference, says Young Riaz. Eric Leno says nothing. Top of the morning, says Eric Foster. Top of the morning to you. Mackay says nope, not going to change anything. Alicia says nothing. Brandon just says Austin Theory didn't make sense. He still doesn't make sense. Dominik Mysterio gets genuine real heel heat. He doesn't have a fucking title. Austin Theory's got to work 37 times harder than Dominik and has a title, and nobody cares about a theory of Austin. You see my point, guys. It's no shade to Seth. I think every one of us, for the most part, gives credit to Seth. Likes Seth. Maybe some of you guys love Seth. Maybe Seth Rollins is one of your favorite wrestlers. That's awesome. And he's earned titles and deserved them. We already know that, man. There's a lot of people on the roster that deserve and have earned titles. There's best wrestlers in the world in that company, like AJ Styles and Dolph Ziggler. That's right, I said it. I'm not ashamed to say that. Easily could hold titles, and you'd be like, well, they deserve it. I mean, they're some of the best wrestlers in the world who have not been booked properly. AJ, at least better than Dolph for the majority of his WWE run. Dolph had like one, maybe 1.5 really good runs, and then they just put him into Joker status. But there's a lot of really good talents that you could say earned and deserved. But at the moment, is that best for business? Seth Rollins just held that U.S. championship not long ago, and it failed miserably. So now what we're going to do is call it a world title, because that's what Pinocchio did. Schnoz McGee, Paul Levesque. He tried to make the U.S. title seem like it was a world title so we would be preoccupied like a cat and a cat toy. You ever put a cat toy in front of a cat and it'll go wherever it goes? Right? He tried to dangle the U.S. title and say, hey, look over there. Don't pay no attention to the guy who never shows up to work with both of the world gold shiny belts, the big W's. The Universal, the WWE chip. Don't pay attention to Roman. The U.S. title is huge. And we just saw the same matches every week. Austin Theory versus Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley versus Rollins. Rollins versus Theory. Rollins versus Bobby. And we just fucking did triple threats. That's all we saw for a whole fucking since June on. And now what we're doing is we said, okay, the U.S. title didn't work. Now we're putting the world title, where we made a title. Now we're going to call it the world title. And let's see if they take to it now. Let's see if the fans treat it differently now. It's still a made-up title. It's still a participation trophy. It's still a runners-up championship. It's still a championship that was created because nobody else could take it from Roman, supposedly. It's the same way that governments will print money when they're in debt. They're in debt. They can't pay it back. They know they're in financial ruin. So they say, hey, you know what we have the power to do? We can print more money. And that's what governments do. At least here in the U.S., that's what we do. And that's what the WWE did. It printed money. It said, well, shit. I mean, everybody now, there's huge. After WrestleMania and what happened to Cody Rhodes, it was real backlash. And this was the first time that Paul Levesque really felt that shit. He's like, fuck, I fucked up keeping the title on Roman, knowing that he's going away for a month and a half after this. I got to make a new title. I gotta shut some people up. That's what happened. You guys know BC's right, bro. Even if people are watching this and they claim they don't like I don't like BC, but they watch every single video, they listen to every podcast, listen and watch to every live stream, but they claim they don't like Beasley, but they know I'm fucking right. Otherwise, they'd be watching the cock, right? They'd be watching the peacock, watching WWE 24/7 because the product is so amazing and BC is so negative. BC's an asshole. I'm always ripping the shows apart because I'm never happy. If I don't like it, I should just not watch it. Right? I mean, this is what we're told. However, they're not watching Peacock. You know what they're watching? They're watching BC on the tube. They're listening to BC's podcast instead of watching WWE from last night or rewatching Backlash or the catastrophe at night 2 of WrestleMania. No. It's because A, BC's more entertaining than these fucking shows. B, BC has more knowledge than anybody in this fucking community. And they know where it's at. So I hope Seth Rollins, it looks like he's getting this championship. I hope he does something with it. I want to be entertained. I want Rollins in meaningful, kick-ass, badass storylines that put that title on the front lines. If not, we gonna talk about it. I'm gonna rip that shit apart. Just like I did with the U.S. title bullshit. We're not going to sugarcoat on this channel. You're not going to take a fucking vanilla ice cream, put some fucking fudge on it, and try to hand it off as chocolate. No, I know what's underneath that fucking fudge. It's vanilla ice cream. It's the same thing as the U.S. title. You made a fucking title. You're giving it right back to Seth. And that's supposed to shut Seth up. It's supposed to shut the fans up. No. And by the way, there's many other people that could have benefited from that title. I think it was JR9 Gaming, my right-hand man on the channel, who said Finn Balor, I believe you said, right? Or was it Dominik? Or Dominik would get like a briefcase would be a fun idea. I forgot what JR said, but it was one. I'm down with that idea. Or maybe somebody else said Balor and somebody said Dominik. JR9 said Balor, okay. And there's others too, man. AJ Styles. Could you imagine him catapulting to a championship? If you're going to put him in the tournament after being gone for so many months and after injury, just like Shinsuke, which I don't necessarily agree with, he would be a damn good candidate with that title. I feel like we're doing the same experiment with Seth Rollins. What's the need for it? I don't understand any of this world title shit. They just created a fucking title because they botched at WrestleMania Night 2 when Cody lost to Roman Reigns. They fucking botched. Paul Levesque felt the pressure, and now we're in this situation. We're going to talk about it, guys. This is still the cold open. We'll get to the review. Monday Night Raw, Seth Rollins, Super Sethington last night. We're going to talk about it. We'll talk about a returning Becky Lynch. I don't know if you guys enjoyed that segment or not with Trishington Status. Status faction. Stratus faction. So we'll talk about Becky Lynch. They cut her mic off. They started playing the music. She still had more to say in her promo. Now, I don't know if you guys caught this. Maybe it was like WWE.com or some shit. But she actually went to the back and she found the technician that cut her off, and she fucking popped him in the mouth. Fucking leveled the dude. So I'm like, why not have that on your TV show? Like, that should be on Monday Night Raw. That's the type of shit that makes Raw fun. Becky gets her mic cut off by the music, and then after commercial, we see Becky looking for the technician and knocks him out. That's fun. That's really, really fun. It's like when Dominik Mysterio and Rhea Ripley went to Rey Mysterio's house and then their grandparents' house for the holidays. Why is that on .com? Put that on the show. Like, show what happened during the holidays, man. I'll fucking sit back and watch 10 minutes of that shit on the show. And I will be thoroughly entertained. It will probably be more entertaining than any of the matches. Put fun shit on the show, man. We all know that Becky's mic got cut off. The music played over. All right, we know that. Instead of just laughing at it, let's play into this. Like, change the formula on the fly a little bit if needed. Just a little bit. You're not asking much. I mean, this whole thing it took, 30 seconds? Becky Lynch goes to the back, pops the fucking technician. It actually happened during the show. You could hear the wrestling still going on in the arena. You could hear the fans popping over something or sleeping, whatever they were doing, but you could hear it. So it was during the show. It's not like this was after Raw went off the air and they decided to do a fun bit. Somebody in the chat asked, I think it was Robert Hurt, where was Riddle, Matt Riddle? I don't even know who's on what show anymore. I have to really like a dog that's training. I have to train myself to remember who's who. But if Matt Riddle is still on Monday Night Raw, he was probably just getting his nails done. You know, I've dated many females in my life, and trust me, when they get nail appointments, it takes a while. So those of you with girlfriends and wives and significant others of the female status, let me just tell you, when they get their nails done, they have to make the appointment, then they get mani-pedis, then they get the little massage, then they have girl time. Girl, you don't even know. Oh my goodness, right? Oh my God, Backlash, me and Sami and Kevin, we totally lost. I was gonna win, but then I lost. Oh my goodness. Do you like this color? I like the lime. I was gonna get pink. I like lime. Oh my goodness, girl, you go with your pink. You know how Matt Riddle is. He's got to get his nails done, man. That's where Matt Riddle was. Getting his nails he's done or getting his fucking wax job, his complete body shave. I don't know what the fuck the dude's doing. He's a weird dude. Of all the people last night of a 3-hour Monday Night Raw, BC was not thinking about Matthew Riddle, I assure you, Scooter McGee. So we'll talk about Becky Lynch. We'll talk about busted up Brock, right? So we still don't have, guys, any explanation for anything Brock is doing. The reason he attacked Cody in the first place, we still don't know why. There's word that Michael Cole heard that maybe it's because he went on first at WrestleMania and he's upset. And then at Backlash, Michael Cole was like, well, we still don't even know why he attacked him, but the match has just begun. So then he attacks him last night, and he has his Cody's knocked out, and Brock Lesnar is telling him why he just said, you look what you did to my face, look at my face. I'm like, bro, that was you that did that to your face, man. So now I guess we're going to have to see Brock and Cody again because Cody roughed up Brock's face. How dare you! You know, if this was done correctly, guys, Cody versus Brock woulda, coulda, and should have been really badass. On paper, I would have taken Cody and Brock, and I would have even taken a rematch. Do you know what is happening right now, guys? Let me explain to you what is happening. Because Brock's not losing 2 in a row. Brock is somehow winning in Saudi, and then we're going to do this the third fucking time. What's the event after Saudi? Is that Money in the Bank? Maybe they wait until SummerSlam. But this is going to be a rubber match through the better part of summer. That's what we're playing here. So when Pinocchio himself, Schnoz McGee, Paul Levesque, because the only other person whose nose is bigger than Paul Levesque is Pinocchio, and Pinocchio has a big nose because every time he told a lie, his nose grew. Well, that's the same thing with Levesque. So Levesque on the media scrum after WrestleMania said, well, for those that are upset that Roman won, maybe there's more story to tell. He lied to everybody. They didn't have any story. You saw that the last month. And now we're getting another month, or at least the rest of May with Brock and Cody. And don't get it twisted and don't be shocked when we get it all of June at the bare minimum. The more story to tell was Brock and Cody wrestling through the spring into summer. Wow. Thank goodness we're getting more story of Roman and Cody. Hey guys, he's going through adversity. Did you see him last night get beat up and taken out of the triple threat? He's getting adversity thrown at him. Guys, he's struggling. Whoa, man, Cody's struggling. Woo! Get yourself a cold beverage, man. Get yourself a nice Dunkin' original iced coffee or something, man. Double fist that shit because Cody is struggling, man. Wow, adversity, he's struggling. You know what he's doing, guys? I just thought about this. He's earning it. Cody is earning it, man. Wow. Thank goodness we got to go through all of this. When we could have just gotten this at WrestleMania and everything could have been done correctly, and maybe we would have gotten a better product this whole month. But no! No! Instead, we got the Bubba Ray Dudleys of the community saying, I think it was the right call. He's got to earn it. I need to see him get beat up by Brock through the spring. And then I need to see Omos beat him up through the summertime. I need to see him lose 3 more title matches. Maybe get injured again. Then start his road to recovery and really start to whoop ass. Maybe around middle of 24, Beasley. Middle of 2024, we can start the process. But Beasley, maybe we could start the process of Cody getting a title, maybe in the middle of 2020. Beasley, 24, Beasley. These jackasses that claimed he needed adversity and struggle and he needs to earn it, you are responsible for the shit product we've been getting the last month since Mania. Thanks, numbnuts. If business was conducted correctly, Cody would have had the title, go into Backlash with the fucking title, make the Brock Lesnar match make sense, go around the United Kingdom or wherever they were just touring with the fucking title. Roman could have been sipping his margaritas and martinis at his home for the last month and a half. No harm, no foul. Roman comes back a bigger badass, a diabolical heel wanting the title back. And he's got to start a process and he's going to start going through motherfuckers. Hey, everybody wins. Instead, people are scared. Well, Cody would have been booed immediately, though, basically. You saw what happened to Liv Morgan and everybody else. It's fickle fans, basically. You can't be scared of that shit, because the alternative is they're still going to turn on Cody eventually anyway. They're just going to, because fans are fickle. And we just have a worse product. The product sucks. So at least boo Cody with a good product. Magical moment at WrestleMania, and there were fans going, well, I think he loses it. I think Roman should keep it for many more months. It's not Cody's time. I don't feel like he has struggled enough. Like, I would like to see him get ran over by a monster truck, basically. Can you get a monster truck, basically? Basically, can you get a monster truck, and can you just have him get ran over? Maybe not just his whole body, but maybe just his legs, right? And then the next day, he can cut a promo. He'll be like, I have no legs, I have no legs, I have no legs, no legs, no legs. I have no legs, no legs, no legs, no legs, no legs, no legs. Brock ran me over with a monster truck, that shit hurt, really, really hurt, that shit hurt, a fucking monster truck. Now I have no legs. Right? And he can start the sing-along, right? Fucking relieve Sethington of his Disney sing-along on ice. You could start some fucking shit, right? Basically, can you get a monster truck? I need to see Cody struggle. Hey, BC, can you lift up one of your New York City buildings and drop it on Cody? He just needs to earn it a little more. Can you just lift up the Empire State Building, BC? And I'll have Cody walk by it and just drop it on him. Just drop it on him. Not everything, just his head. Just squash his head, BC. I just needs a little bit more struggle, BC. Just a bit more struggle. It's just one skyscraping building. Struggle and do they? And I wonder if they even fucking know how stupid they sound. Like did they listen to themselves? And then Roman wins at Mania, and they're like, yeah, he's gonna struggle more. And then they fucking got hit with the dose of reality. Oh, wait a second, what did we just do? What the fuck did we just do? Roman's leaving. He ain't coming back for another month and a half. He's taking the titles. Cody, whatever he's in, is not gonna make sense. What did we just do? Right? And then they all started to realize they were fucking numbnuts. And they helped create this fucking stupid situation we're in right now. No, we don't know it's all Vince Robert Hurt. It's Triple H. Say it, Robert Hurt. Say Paul Levesque. Start holding him accountable. He is the chief creative officer. If he got spanked by his father-in-law on one of the biggest decisions of his life, and he took it like a bitch without grabbing his balls from his wife's purse, then I still blame Paul Levesque. Paul Levesque is to blame no matter what. Either it was his call because he's still as petty as fuck for Cody putting the sledgehammer to the throne in AEW, or he took a whipping from Vince and Kennedy McMahon and he refused to step up to him on one of the biggest decisions of his career in life with that title of Chief Content Creative Officer. No, not on this channel are we just going to blame Vince. You cannot have that title and escape all criticism when anything's bad. Hi, I'm Paul Levesque. I call myself the Chief Creative Officer, but when anything bad happens, I make sure everybody blames Vince. And then I do an interview bashing the fans, saying they don't know what they're talking about. Vince is best for business. So he lets the fans bash Vince, and then he does the interviews bashing the fans. And you guys get played. You act like Triple H is a messiah of wrestling. He's a little bitch who had 2.5 of good years, 3 good years possibly, in NXT Black and Gold. And then it started to turn sour. And he got his ass whooped by Tony Khan in AEW. The guy admits he can't even do the 3rd hour of a Monday Night Raw. It gets too hard for him. He admitted that. And you expect him to also do 2 more hours of SmackDown. Exactly, Eric Newton. And he has said in many interviews, well, the fans don't know what they're talking about. It's easy to bash Vince, but he knows what's best, and we all have roles to play here, and the fans just, I understand, they're fans, and they're going to be passionate, but they don't know what's happening behind the scenes. That's what Triple H said. He bashes he throws the fans under the bus when they try to stick up for him. Because H isn't going to stick up for himself. I don't understand this shit. This guy has the title of Chief Creative Officer. And when something is horrible on Raw, which is usually a lot, or in WWE, we just say, well, that's Vince. Well, wouldn't you step the fuck up and say, bro, if I'm in this position, I need the right to make these decisions. Or I need to step the fuck away. He's a multimillionaire. He could start his own promotion with the money that he has right now if he wanted to. No, he's a fucking ball licker. He's an ass kisser. The schnoz is so far up Vince's ass, it ain't even funny. And you think on this channel I'm just going to let Triple H get a pass? Because his father-in-law is whipping him? Answer me a question, please. Is Triple H a grown man? I could have sworn he's at least in his 20s or 30s, correct? Which is a grown man. Early 20s, okay, you make really big botches and bad decisions in life. Early 20s, I get it. But if he's older than his 20s, Triple H, I think he's at least in his 20s or 30s, correct? Somebody give me Paul Levesque's age. Get on your little Google machines if you don't mind. I think he's at least 30, 31 years old. 32 maybe, 33 years old, Paul Levesque. Oh, he's in his 50s. He's in his 50s. You guys are coming up with 10 different... is Google that fucked up? You guys have said every number in the 50s. I've seen 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59. I feel like I'm at an auction. Is Google really spitting out different ages? Okay, so 58 is what we are leaning on, right? Or no, 53 I'm getting now. Where's 58 coming from? It's not that hard. Guys, just Google Paul Levesque age. 53. Why did so many people say 58? Okay, so he's 53 years old. And this guy is going to be spanked by his father-in-law. This guy is going to have that title and let his father-in-law bitch smack him whenever he wants and go about business as usual and not stand up for himself? What the fuck? I mean, that does not even make sense that people are letting Paul Levesque off the hook. I do not understand how that's even possible. On this channel, it's not 53. Thank you, Godswill, and so many more. 53 years old. In my book, that's a grown adult. Maybe you guys need more year. Maybe 53 is not a grown adult to you. Maybe you got to wait till you're 70, 75. I get it. Different strokes for different folks. But he's 53 years old. If that's not a grown adult to you, it's pretty close. And he shouldn't be breastfeeding right now from Linda McMahon's tits. He should not be clinging to the balls of Vincent Kennedy McMahon. His balls should not be in his wife Stephanie's purse, as Randy Orton once famously said. Now I understand where Orton said that. Why? This isn't just Vince McMahon, guys. I'm not saying he doesn't have a hand in it. Of course, Vince never left. You're not understanding what I am saying. This guy has been anointed with that title and a shitload of creativity. And these shows still suck. And when Vince overrides him, H is clearly not doing a damn thing. And you sit back and go, well, basically, what do you expect him to do, man? He's not going to just get fired. And what do I always tell you guys? Every day, people are losing their job at minimum wage jobs when they live paycheck to paycheck. Some with families, 2 to 3 kids, and they don't know how they're going to pay for fucking diapers. But they know that they've reached a point at their job where their boss is disrespecting them to the point where their values, their self-respect, some type of moral compass has to finally find its foundation. You cannot show up to work and be disrespected every single fucking day before you finally stand up for yourself. And you'll find a way, man. If you got heart, if you got desire, if you have passion, if you have amplification, you will not only find new work, you will find better work. The universe will work with you when you stand up for yourself. I've seen Vince's son, Shane McMahon, walk away 3 different times. 3 times on his own, not fired. I'm not talking about this last time with the fight with Vince at the Royal Rumble, by the way, a year or 2 ago. I'm talking about separately 3 times. One time he started his own company and became massively successful and sold the company. Shane McMahon on his own would have been a millionaire. He's that type of smart. He just loves to entertain us and keep coming back and doing weird fucking crazy shit. That's why I love Shane. But Shane had the balls to... That's his father. That's his father. And if he wanted to, he could have been the next predecessor if Vince never sold. And he never positioned himself that way. Shane always had his balls not just located, firmly planted, and he fucking utilized them against his father and said, no, you're not doing this, or you're not going to listen to this. You're not going to work with me on this. I'm out. Check you. Peace. And Shane McMahon walked the fuck away. No matter how you feel about Shane McMahon, I respect him so much for walking away from his father many times. Stephanie McMahon did it twice, by the way. Paul Levesque will not leave Vince McMahon. He will not leave his ass. And I'm supposed to sit here with a shitty product and go, well, it's Vince. It's not H. Why are people saying H? Stop. Guys, what are you doing? Why are we saying this? It's not H. The poor guy has his hands tied, man. I know he's the chief creative officer, but Vince is smacking his ass. And he's saying, please, daddy-in-law, stop. My tribal chiefman, my tribal chiefman, my tribal chairman, please stop spanking my ass. No, come on, man. Guys, the only way this product gets better, you want the truth, you came to the right place. I know a lot of people cannot deal with it. I understand that. I'm not for everybody. I'm really amplified, and I drop truth that a lot of people don't want to hear. A lot of people want to lick the balls of Triple H, just like Triple H is licking the balls of Vince. You're not going to get that on this channel. A lot of people are tribalist fans for AEW or WWE. You're not going to get tribalism on this channel. A lot of people like to sugarcoat to help their feelings and emotions. We're not going to sugarcoat on this channel. We're not going to bullshit. So I understand I'm not for everybody. If that's the case, gospel, get the fuck out. But if you're ready for amplified truth, the truth is this product, WWE specifically, will not get better until Triple H is held accountable, just like Vince. That's the truth. If I open up a pizza shop with one of my good buddies, and my pizzas are pretty flawless, they're flawless, we're the co-owners, his pizzas are absolute shit. In fact, sometimes when he's in a bad mood, he takes a shit on the pizzas, right? But I'm not on duty sometimes, so I'm not the one taking the shit on the pizzas. But the reviews are starting to come in, right? The reviews are coming in. Oh, don't eat at the Italian restaurant down the block. There's shit in the pizza, and I smell piss in the pizza. And those don't look like anchovies. I don't know what those are. Well, at what point would BC finally have to have a talk with that motherfucker, my buddy, and say, bro, we can't do this like this. I'm not going to stick around. I mean, what are you doing to the business, man? You're bringing down the whole thing. It's not just you, right? At what point does H, with the title of Chief Content Creative Officer, at what point does he say, bro, I'm not having this title if you're going to do this shit? This is not my trademark. But you know the truth? This is Triple H's trademark. A lot of people got spoiled with a few good years of NXT Black and Gold, it was called. And that's all this dude did creatively. That was it. That was it. When times got hard and he had real competition, which he called a pissant t-shirt company, that pissant t-shirt company smacked the shit out of him harder than Vince and Kenny McMahon slaps his ass. To the point where this dude was bedridden with a heart issue. And he got that NXT, by the way, on Vince's money. It was Vince's creation. Dusty Rhodes, and on the backs of William Regal and others, actually set the foundation of NXT Black and Gold. And then Paul Levesque came in and had his 3 years of play. Never, ever generated revenue, by the way. Sorry, not sorry, if BC's the one to tell you this. He never generated revenue from NXT. And when he started to get his ass whooped with real competition, he does nothing but copy Tony Khan now. He copies Tony Khan with the themed Wednesday night shows, and he still got booted to Tuesday nights. But the themes, Tony Khan was abusing the shit out of the theming of Wednesday Night Dynamite. H said, hey, let's do that. We're getting our ass kicked. Maybe it works. The media scrums. Remember the media scrums? H started copying Tony Khan after the pay-per-views. Now they have media scrums. The big announcement. Tony Khan always has a big announcement to pop a rating. Triple H, Paul Levesque, Pinocchio, Schnaz McGee has had 3 big announcements in the last month. Come on, man. Come on, man. You guys give Triple H way too much press. Some of you get, not my Amplified unit. But I get some. You'll be surprised. I get new subscribers. They're like, I like this guy. He's amplified. PC, man, rock on. I'm gonna subscribe. And it's like, cool. If you can handle being amplified, if you're really gonna write, if you're not a bitch boy Braden, you can subscribe. If you can't handle it, no need. For BC, it's about the quality, not the quantity in subscribers. I know people with hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Their views are pretty much into the thousands. 10 to 20 max. And they got upward of 200, 250,000 subscribers. Bro, come on. Where'd everybody go? Why'd they stop watching you? You know why? It ain't fucking cutting it, Jack. Quality. I need quality subscribers. That's what I have, my mission statement from day one. Quality. I get people. You'll be surprised, Amplified unit. I'll get new people come on and they're going, basically, you do know this is Vince, not Triple H, right? No, jackass. It's actually Triple H and Vince. You are now in a partnership with them. That's what this is. Please, you're not going to get a better WWE unless you hold Paul Levesque and Kennedy McMahon both accountable. Because if we keep doing this, Paul Levesque will get away with that shit. And you'll keep getting this because Vince can keep smacking his ass. Paul will be like, what do I do, guys? Help defend me. No. Salute, unit. I don't know how we even started that fucking whole side rant. This is all still the cold open. We haven't even got to the Raw review and we're 40 minutes into this bitch. Luckily, not much happened on this fucking show. My notes for the first 2 hours are like 3/4 on the page. Usually it's filled up with the whole page per hour. 3/4 for the first 2 hours, and I think it's maybe all 3. Almost all 3. This was just a bunch of weird matches, guys. And when I say weird, I'm not even joking. Listen to this. Ali versus Otis. About 30-second match, so don't worry. No harm, no foul. Ali versus Otis. Zoey Stark debuts against Nikki Cross in a squash. Ish. We had... what else did we have? We had Dominik Mysterio and Xavier Woods. Rhea Ripley took on Dana Brooke. Owens and Zayn versus Imperium. Why would Imperium be in a match with Zayn and Owens? Zayn and Owens can't lose. And Imperium's fresh to the roster. They certainly cannot lose either. Why would you book this? So I'll get to Raw now, but very bad first impressions is what I have in my headline for this live stream. And if you think about it, guys, nearly all of the debuting Raw roster last night, debuting after this draft anyway. Obviously, they've been on Raw before, like Xavier. But for the Raw draft for this year, Xavier Woods, Imperium, Shinsuke Nakamura, all of the drafts, except for, I believe, Zoey Stark, all of them lost last night. First impressions matter, man. Why would you do that? Why would you book like that? I really don't understand how... I don't understand how you would book all of your Raw debuts to lose. And the Zoey Stark one may have been the only one that didn't. JR9 can confirm me on that. JR, if you want to, if you don't mind, yeah, Zoey won, but the rest of them were booked horrendously. Yeah, so JR9's pretty much confirming that all of the debuts last night lost, except for Zoey. And by the way, it's cute. I bet you a lot of people are going to go, oh, Zoey won. See, this is HHH booking. But wait a second. You're about to contradict yourself. You all said that when HHH gets hold of the reins, Nikki Cross will be booked better. Because he's big on Nikki Cross. He just had Nikki Cross lose. So nonchalantly, so seamlessly, so meaninglessly. Which is it, man? Which is it? I'll give you an easy out. You know the easy out on this? Just go like this. Take a step back and go, well, you know what? You're right, BC. I'm going back to blaming Vince. I'm letting Triple H off the hook. Oh, man. Salute, unit. What do you say we... I know I had a lot of super chats, too, man. Man, over $120 on the supers already. I'll get to you guys at the end of this as well. Or maybe in the middle of this review, but we'll see. But I'll start this now. Salute to my unit, man. To the hundreds live, to the thousands that'll catch us in the next 24 hours. I gave only 27 minutes of notice like I usually do. It's the middle of the morning or afternoon on a Tuesday. I get it. Sometimes people tune in over the next 24 hours and they're like, BC, sorry I missed you live. You ain't got to apologize, bro. I gave 27 minutes notice in the middle of the morning. You don't got to apologize for shit. Just watch every word, get smarter on pro wrestling, and more than anything, smash that fucking up. Help the algorithm out. Smash that shit. We're dropping so much fucking truth. I understand I haven't got to the Raw review yet, but there ain't no fucking reason that shouldn't be at 200 already with the type of facts that I've been dropping. With the type of truth bombs that BC has been dishing out. There's no reason that shouldn't be at fucking 200. But Bitch Boy Bradens will be Bitch Boy Bradens. And like I said, a lot of people can't handle the fucking truth. Anyway, my first swig is to my unit and Jane Donnelly and the Stiffmeister, Ash Steggles, for those huge contributions last night, man. I still overwhelmed with that show of support. And for all my gold card members, my channel members, all those green names in the chat. All of you guys, man, this is that first swig. It's for you guys. Salute. Oh, man, took down almost a quarter of it. I told you that was a big swig, man. That was for Jane Donnelly and Ash Steggles from last night. That was for all my gold card members. And my entire red team go as a whole. All right, guys. Woo! Can I start this shit? We will start at hour number 1. Cody Rhodes versus... Cody Rhodes just started the show, actually. Cody Rhodes starts the show, and he just cuts a promo on the world title quest that he's about to embark on. And he says, and I quote, "Let the tournament begin!" Like it's the Hunger Games or the fucking Olympics. Like, you let the games begin! Right there, I thought Brock Lesnar was coming out to attack him. Truthfully. I'm like, this would be the time for it, right? Like, this would be the time. He started in the ring with the promo. Then Cody Rhodes went to the top of the stage, the ramp, and he says, let the tournament begin, like it's the Olympics or the Hunger Games. And right there, I thought Brock was coming out. But no, he just says, let the tournament begin. And then all of a sudden, here comes Disney's Sing-Along on Ice. Here we go, man. Sethington, Rollins. BC, of course, had to mute the TV. If you're new to the channel, I don't know what it is. But that music, the sing-along, it gets me nauseous. It just does. It's like a food that you don't like. Like maybe a lot of you guys have a food that makes you nauseous and almost want to throw up. Something about Sethington's music just gets me nauseous. Not the burn it down! No, that's cool. The sing-along is just, you lose brain cells with that shit, man. So I had to mute the TV. And I didn't miss anything because they just stared at each other. Sethington was coming to the ring. Cody was about to leave because Cody's triple threat match was later in the night. Now, I thought Sethington was up next, right? Hold up. Check this out. Rollins comes to the ring for the first of 2 triple threat matches, and this is no joke. He was in the middle of the ring for 14 minutes. 14 minutes before the match even began. 1 minute less than the actual triple threat match time from bell to bell, which was 15 minutes. He was in the ring for 14 minutes, guys. We went through 2 separate commercials, a Backlash video package, and other promotional shit. And I bet you the fucking crowd the whole 14 minutes was doing the fucking sing-along. Doing a bunch of oh-oh-ohs. Oh-oh-oh, oh-oh-oh, the right stuff. 14 minutes. At approximately 8:23, 8:24, we finally got our first match of the night, which is the triple threat tourney. Sethington versus Shinsuke versus Damien Priest. This was a 15-minute match. Rollins defeats Shinsuke Nakamura. Come on! Sethington defeats Shinsuke 1, 2, 3 clean via the pedigree. Now, right there, you knew Sethington was going to win later in the night, too, because he won via the pedigree, not the stomp. You knew the stomp was going to win it for him in the main event. We'll get to that later. But he defeats Nakamura 1, 2, 3 via the pedigree. Rollins advances, and Shinsuke is on his very first match of Monday Night Raw since the draft, and he loses already. Shinsuke loses already on his first night back on Monday Night Raw. Some may say, but he was protected, basically, because he almost lost the Priest before he took the pedigree. He had the submission on, basically. He was protected. To which BC responds, he was almost protected? He almost won the match? Almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. Almost doesn't count in professional wrestling. There was no reason to have Shinsuke in this match just to eat an L in a 15-minute match that was only to promote Sethington. Come on, man. You could not have thought of something better for Shinsuke? Nakamura, come on! You didn't think that was fucking weird as shit to have Shinsuke just thrown into this? First of all, he was gone for most of the year on the injury. He just came back 2 weeks ago. So it didn't even make sense. And I love Shinsuke. You guys know that. I was the first to say this makes no sense to have people like Shinsuke in there. Or Austin Theory in this tournament. Austin Theory's the United States champion. Then why isn't Gunther? Gunther was champion longer. Gunther is way more dominant. Why would Gunther not be in this match but Austin? I raised these questions in yesterday's Amped Up podcast, and I've been asking these questions, pleading for somebody to have a smart fucking answer. There is none. Shinsuke Nakamura was in this match stupidly. And then they actually had this dude just eat a clean loss like that. I don't get this, man. I don't know. I could stay on this 10 extra minutes. I don't even know what... and that wasn't even it, guys. If this was just like one Raw person debuting, After the draft, a new guy shows up to Raw like a Shinsuke, and he loses. Okay, if that's just... Guys, they kept doing it throughout the night. I'm not even done. Wait till I get to hour number 2. But first, hour number 1 ends with Ali defeating Otis. Ali defeats Otis. Quickly, too, man. I went up to get a coffee, came back, match over. Otis is literally flat on his back. And Ali's like running away, like, oh my God, how did I do this? Like Cody Rhodes running away, looking like a fucking coward after he beat Brock at Backlash. Otis, Chad Gable, I cannot tell you how many times they have lost over and over and over when it was not even needed. You could have put a jobber in there. You would have gotten the same result. If you're telling me that you got more of a viewership in your rating, you got more of an audience because Otis took on Ali, I would call bullshit. I would be more intrigued if Ali was taking on Danny Dipshit Dugenheimer from the local bingo hall. And you guys know you want to see Danny Dipshit Dugenheimer in the ring in WWE to get his ass whooped. You know, that's what was fun back in the day. I always say this about jobber matches, is that you got to see a superstar, the guys who were supposed to be pushed and not 50-50 booked, beat the shit out of the jobber, the guy who you know is going to get annihilated for the next 3, 4, 5, 6 minutes. Nowadays, they just gave up on the jobber matches, and when they have them, they're boring because they don't know how to even do them anymore. So now you have to have Superstar A versus Superstar B all the time, which is just going to 50-50 book everybody. Nobody is going to come out looking like a champion, or at least at the bare minimum, even a winner. And people want to back winners. You don't even allow people to get behind these individuals because they don't act like they're anything above average. Why would any wrestling fan want to get behind an average person? Why would anybody want to get behind a fucking Otis? Or Chad Gable? I mean, of course, the real diehards like BC, we see what's special in them. That's why we're so high on Chad Gable still. But for a common wrestling fan just jumping on board to the product, you wouldn't give a shit. I don't blame people one bit for not liking Jinder Mahal. I actually like Jinder, but I totally understand why 99.99% like a Clorox wipe don't like Jinder. I understand it. Why would people cling to average? Nobody likes average. And that's what this company does. 50-50 booking just creates average, mediocrity. Ali defeats Otis. I don't know what this does for anybody. Maybe you guys can tell me. Is this supposed to be like a push for Ali? And that's how they decided to do it, I guess? I don't know. I don't know what it's the... I don't even know what this even did, this match, to end hour number 1. And that was the whole hour, guys. I can't even tell you there was anything else. Sethington sat in the ring for 14 minutes doing a sing-along during commercial breaks, video packages, promotional. So Cody starts the show saying, let the tournament begin. Sethington has a 14-minute sing-along, and then we have the triple threat match, and then we have this weird Ali over Otis match, and hour 1 is over with. Were you not entertained? This is what I mean. You know, they go, Wesley's so negative. He always rips the shows apart. Guys, I just went over the first hour of Raw. Show me where I'm negative. I'm literally just reviewing it. This is actually generous, BC, right now. I'm actually 3 coffees deep. This is actually fresh and so cold. It tastes so good, this Dunkin' iced coffee original. I'm in a good mood. This is BC in a good mood. Not being negative just to rip a show apart. I just went over hour number 1, and it sucked. It sucked. Monster balls. Okay, so let's go over to hour number 2. Let's see if this will be any better. Salute, unit. Hour number 2 starts with the second triple threat of the tournament. Cody Rhodes versus Finn Balor versus Miz. Cody hits a trifecta of crossroads on the Miz. He goes for the pin, but Brock Lesnar takes him out. Jumps the barricade in a hoodie, drags his foot out, so the pin is broken up. Cody's now on the outside. Brock F5s Cody through the broadcast table. Brock grabs the microphone, cuts one of his best promos ever, actually, because he's amplified. So I think he kind of he kind of went into a little bit of his own wording, and he just starts screaming. Now, they were putting in piped-in noise like crazy. At first, his mic wasn't even working that well. Mixed in with the fake boos, the piped-in boos, mixed in with the mic wasn't working at first, it was horrible. I couldn't even hear the motherfucker. But once the mic started working and the sound technician toned down the piped-in boos, you could hear Brock much better, and he was screaming at Cody like, "Who's the coward now, huh? Look at my face. What do you want to talk about, Cody? Let's talk about my face." And he challenges him to a Night of Champions. Whew. So, while all that is going on, by the way, back in the ring, Balor defeats Miz via coup de grace because, don't forget, Miz had already taken 3 crossroads. So it was easy pickings for Finn Balor. So that's how that triple threat win. Of course, we all knew that Brock and Cody was not done. So Brock, we heard, he was not taking a flight out of, on his own anyway, out of Puerto Rico. He was actually traveling with everyone else. So that's when we knew that he was going to be at Raw and obviously going to attack Cody Rhodes. I'm pretty sure every one of us knew that. It was just how were they going to do it? Well, there it was. Take him out right at the end, put him through the commentary table, and viciously scream at him. I like that, Brandon. Pipe bomb Brock. So, I don't know how you guys felt about that, but you're going to get Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar again at the end of the month. 2 weeks from Saturday, guys. That's how fast this event is coming up. A lot of people don't even realize that. But it's 2 weeks from Saturday, Saudi Arabia Night of Champions. So, it's coming up really fast. So, this is one of those deals where you're going to have Cody versus Brock in the rematch. I fully anticipate Brock to win this match, and they're going to do a rubber match. And so you're going to see Cody and Brock a couple more times, more than likely. So this is what Paul Levesque meant by more story to tell with Roman and Cody. Yeah, okay, yeah, this is fucking exactly what we wanted. And they still don't have any reasoning for anything, man. It should have been done better than this. But I like Brock totally screaming at Cody. I mean, this is when he's at his best. Amplified Brock is better than Boombox Brock or fucking smiley cowboy hat wearing Brock. Be fierce, right? Be amplified. That's the Brock Lesnar I like. And he's on the juice again. You guys see this dude. Because he's not full-time, nowhere near, he does not have to do the WWE testing. Believe me when I say this dude is on some shit again. And that's his choice. I just hope he's being smart about it because that will affect your heart, man, in the future. But this guy is, whoa, he's barreling, dude. He is barreling again. I just hope he's doing it as safely as possible. Next up was Rhea Ripley defeating Dana Brooke. Dana Brooke. What? I'm not bashing anyone. You guys you're waiting. You're like, oh, BC's gonna lay into this. Nope. I ain't laying in the shit, bro. The Paul Levesque era has begun. Shut up, you doofus son-in-law. You're gonna get Dana Brooke and you're gonna like it. What's the matter, doofus son-in-law? You ain't got your balls back yet? Did Stephanie go on vacation with Rico Suave? Is somebody penetrating your woman? Ha ha! You'll never get your balls back. Anyway, Dana Brooke. Okay. You ever see the hashtag give Dana a chance? I think was back trending again last night. She's got the fan base. I've always liked Dana Brooke. It's just, if you're saying she's one of the best female wrestlers in that company, not even close. And if you're saying she's been booked properly, not even close. So you mix those two things together, and you can see why. Even if you're a hardcore Dana Brooke fan, you can at least see why a lot of people don't like Dana Brooke on their TV. Trust me, if you're a Dana Brooke fan, I hear you. I'm a Jinder Mahal fan. I can't even admit that half the time because I understand frustration with Jinder Mahal. Nobody wants Jinder on their TV. As a Jinder fan, that sucks. I like the dude, but I totally hear everybody. I see their concerns, and they're justified. Dana Brooke on TV, this was nothing more than a squasher for the most part. I mean, it's not a traditional squash, but it was just to pump Rhea up. No harm, no foul, you think. Okay. But then it's what happened after Dana Brooke was defeated by Rhea Ripley. Post-match, Natty Neidhart comes to the ring. And it's clear that that's Rhea's next feud. They always like to have Natty in Saudi Arabia. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because they want her to do a lot of promotion around Saudi Arabia. But they always love having Natty in Saudi. Wasn't she one of the first female matches in Saudi Arabia? Maybe one of you guys can confirm that. But I remember she definitely had a match or two in Saudi. And she did a lot of promotional with them. So it looks like Natty is going to... JR9. Natty versus Lacey was the first match. JR9, you spit that out 5 seconds after I asked the question, man. I got to give my right-hand man on the channel a big salute, dude. That was fucking epic. JR, you surprise me sometimes, bro. Salute. The very first match was Lacey and Natty, yeah. So, I mean, that's what I'm... This was strategic, obviously. So, Natty... I didn't even recognize her at first, guys. I don't know if she did something work or not. A lot of these females in wrestling today, I don't know. They've always done it in Hollywood, but I've known it a lot in wrestling. They're getting a lot of work done, if you know what I mean. A lot of them are getting bigger boobs, which is just going to hurt them in the long run. When they get older and shit, that's going to become a problem. But hey, for now, the boys are going to be happy. A lot of them are doing things to their face. To which I say to each their own. But I would say this to females out there, man. My message to any female out there. Bro, you don't need work done. Stop. You're always going to have... I honestly... I'll show you. I'll do an example. Natty... Is it a... nose job. I think it was the nose is not even recognizable on Natty, so I have no idea. But I used to think Natty was pretty damn attractive. And she's thick. I love that. Natty was good. She was good to roll. She doesn't have to touch anything. And it's sad that females, especially females in the limelight, they feel like they have to change things about themselves. If it's one thing I could offer advice to females, don't change a thing. There's probably a lot of motherfuckers that think you're more than attractive. Trust me. And you're just going to end up fucking up what should have never been touched. I never minded Natty, dude. I really don't. Her sister, Jenny, James Miller, if that's the Jenny you're talking about, Jenny is next level beautiful. Their booyaka together are next level phenomenal. I can't believe Natty and her sister, Jenny, when they're together, fuck, man. I'm pretty sure every man in the world would love to be Tyson Kidd at that moment. But I truly did not recognize her face, guys. No shade or nothing. I'm being as honest as I possibly can be. I came back. I left my coffee like in the side room. Came back with it, and she's staring, and I'm like, "Who the fuck?" Crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. Don't touch your fucking. Don't get shit, man. Ladies, love yourself. I assure you, dudes are probably drooling over you. Relax. Doesn't even matter how thick you are either. We love that shit. Anyway, Natty, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are pissed that Natty is going to be next for Rhea. Guys, I actually see this as a no harm, no foul because this actually saves the heavy hitters for bigger situations down the line. Not Saudi Arabia 2 weeks from Saturday. You're not building anything, guys. You're not. Sadly to say, you're not going to build anything 2 weeks from... So you got to try to get interesting, compete, no doubt, but to throw people like Xia Li against Rhea right now, I would bash my dome piece against a brick wall right now. You do not feed heavy hitters like Xia Li, man. Save that. Xia Li can be way more special than how she's treated right now. You sure as hell are not going to throw Becky in there right now for 2 weeks from Saturday. Save the heavy hitters. Let Natty go in there and take the fucking L. It's like when people flipped out about Logan Paul taking on Roman in Saudi Arabia. I think it was Crown Jewel last year. I was like, what do you guys... Relax. It's in Saudi Arabia. It's Crown Jewel. Be happy it's even on fucking TV for us to view. It's probably going to be an awesome match anyway. And you save the heavy hitters. I would not want AJ Styles just taking an L in Saudi Arabia at Crown Jewel against Roman, because that was your only real alternative at the time. Or names like that. So you might as well throw in Logan for an exhibition. Have some fun, no harm, no foul. AJ and everybody else gets to be saved down the line for something grander. So I'm actually, even though you guys thought I was going to rip this apart, I'm actually okay with Natty being fed to Rhea at Crown Jewel. I know, that's a hot take. I don't know about that, basically. But come on, I mean, you can't do that to Xia Li, man. You got to, really start to establish her. And people I'm just using Xia as an example, by the way, because I happen to be a massive Xia Li fan. But, so many people on this. And by the way, I think Sonya Deville, staying with the women real quick, there was a backstage segment where I believe Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green were trying to petition to get another title match against Liv and Raquel. And I think Liv and Raquel showed up and they signed it. And so you're gonna get Chelsea. Oh no, Raquel and Liv are gonna take on Damage Control Friday. And whoever wins is going to take on Chelsea and Sonya, I believe. So I don't know how you guys feel about Chelsea and Sonya already getting another title match when they just got one a couple weeks ago. If even, maybe last week, I forget. So I don't know how you guys feel about that as well. I'm just throwing a lot of information out at you. If it doesn't make sense or it seems awkward and weird and ludicrous to even think that this is what we're doing, I hear you. I think the same thing. That's why I'm throwing it out to you guys. Anyway, that's Natty Neidhart now going. After Dana Brooke was beat by Rhea, Natty Neidhart comes out, and that's going to be your matchup in Saudi Arabia 2 weeks from Saturday, Night of Champions. Owens and Zayn then defeat Imperium. I'm going to say that again. Owens and Zayn defeated Imperium. My first question is, why is this match happening? Zayn and Owens are champions, and even if they didn't have titles, it's Zayn and Owens. They should not be losing anything right now. Imperium was losing left and right on the blue brand. Left and right. They were almost becoming jobbers. They switched to the red brand, and on their very first match, their introduction, because there is people that only watch Raw, and maybe they work Friday nights, or they go out. They can't catch SmackDown, right? Maybe they catch highlights. So the first introduction to the red brand is an immediate loss. Same way that Shinsuke just lost earlier. Shinsuke flat on his back looking up at the lights. Welcome to Raw. Why even book Imperium in this match? Why is Imperium, just like Shinsuke, losing their first match on Raw? Guys, you can do better than that. I said it earlier. I literally, and you would lose no view. You would probably gain viewers. If you had Fuckwad Fred and my local pizza delivery guy Luigi Lugnuts in a tag team match with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, you'd attract more viewers probably to end hour number 1 or hour number 2. You did not need Imperium in that match to take that L. You didn't need it. And that's what I'm trying to convey to people is when people go, well, basically they have to be wrestling people and they have to lose. People have to lose, basically. Just be smart. Be smart. Think about your roster, where you're utilizing them, what the wins and losses mean for them at the moment and going forward. It's not rocket science. We're not asking these people to move mountains. This is a multi-billion-dollar conglomerate company, and you're telling me that they cannot spend an ounce of energy or thought process, care, creativity to make things make sense and help the talents out in wins and losses? You're telling me they can't do that? Come on, bro. You have got to be kidding me. Stop. And I wish I could tell you that it was just Shinsuke that lost his first Raw match last night. It was just Imperium, Giovanni, and Ludwig. But I can't. There was more later. More debuting Raw superstars lost in hour number 3. Or at least one more. I know that for a fact. Only one debut actually won. It was Zoey Stark. It was the end of hour number 2. Zoey Stark defeated Nikki Cross via her Z360 finisher, I believe she calls it. Jared9, Z360, correct? I don't want to botch that. I love the move, so I want to make sure I'm accurate in that. Z360. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Jared9. Z360. I love that move. So she defeats Nikki Cross. Pretty simplistic. 1, 2, 3. Nikki never really had a chance in this match. So it's good for Zoey, of course, right? Good. Again, I ask, just send in there hand job Holly from the local bingo hall. Hand job Holly could have eaten that L in less than 2 minutes. You would have lost no view. You probably would have gained viewers because hand job Holly would have known her only job is to literally take an ass whooping to Zoey Stark. Whereas Nikki Cross has to show some offense, right? Because you wanna show people that Nikki Cross is still a fighter. But no, hand job Holly, she could just go in there, get her ass whooped, and go back to her hand jobs in the locker room post bingo hall events, right? That's the beauty about having a hand job Holly jobber in pro wrestling. They're there to take an annihilation, not just an ass whooping. It makes it fun when you see your favorite superstars beating the fuck out of human beings. It actually attracts an audience. You're going to try to tell me that more people would have viewed it because Nikki Cross was in the match? No. Nikki Cross has been booked so below average that unfortunately, and this is going to hurt because we respect Nikki Cross and 90% plus of that roster has been booked so poorly, so below average, that nobody cares about them. I said this many times. Superstars that should be larger than life, could be, Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre, and you want to know the sad part? Maybe even Sheamus, possibly. When they come through the curtain, I have no reaction, no emotion, no feeling, nothing. I'm not asking you to do an Attitude Era when the glass would shatter and we all jumped literally out of our seats when Stone Cold came out, or when The Rock came out and we were unglued fucking from the arena. It just seems like we were on cloud nine. I'm not asking for that. Y2J, if any of you guys ever went to the arenas when Y2J, Chris Jericho came out. I mean, it was an electric atmosphere in the Attitude Era. I'm not asking for that. I'm just asking when you come through the curtain, the second your music hits, before you even come through the curtain, you guys know what I'm talking about. You get a certain feeling, oh, this is going to be fucking epic. Here he comes. We don't get that shit anymore, bro. And Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley, they don't do anything for BC when they come through the curtain. When their music hits, I'm kind of like, oh man, here we go. Isn't that sad? I know I'm not the only one. I know a lot of you guys feel the same way. No feeling when a lot of these wrestlers come through the curtain. Because everybody's booked so stupidly, so below average, so 50-50. Nobody cared that Nikki Cross was in this match with Zoey. Just put in handjob Holly. Put in bartending Betsy. Receptionist Rebecca. Put in a damn jobber and have them get annihilated for 2 minutes. Zoey wins. Zoey looks ultra dominant. Nikki Cross is saved another loss. That's the end of hour number 2. Now, hour number 3 starts with a missing person. Becky Lynch was missing. Appreciate the truth bombs in the chat, man. Pimp Jesus, Eric Leno, flip. James Shrimp Fajitas, Jared9, Eric Leno. I appreciate the truth bombs, man. It helps BC know that I'm not the only one that uses common sense and logic. That's why I love my amplified unit. We are a sector in the wrestling community. We're a microcosm that I truly believe is the smartest wrestling fans in the community, is us. I truly believe that because we drop the most common sense and logic, man. We don't sit here and argue over what we dislike and disagree with, right? We're not just sitting here like, I disagree, Beasley, you're being negative. No, we talk about the facts and we try to make it better because we're all on the same page. Much love and appreciation to you guys, man. I love being able to shoot the shit with people that can comprehend just the bare minimum even of common sense and logic. I'm not asking to move mountains. Hour number 3 starts with Trish Stratus. Now, a lot of people are bashing Trish. A lot of you guys probably don't want Trish at all. I understand that. I've read the room, so to speak. I always thought Trish was a natural born heel. I always liked Trish's heel work. I thought she was actually pretty decent last night. It doesn't sound like a lot of people liked it. So, no shade to anybody in the chat that didn't like what Trish did last night or don't feel like the heel character is connecting. I like it way more than face Trish or the face Trish that we got back. I like this way better, to be honest. She's a natural heel, and she's great at it compared to a lot of the heels in this company for the females. She's got a Becky Lynch missing shirt on. She's got flyers with Becky's face saying missing. On her way, this is the best part. This is the little things that Trish does that nobody else does. On the way to the ring, Trish Stratus asked a fan, a man near ringside, like second or third row, whatever it was, maybe for first row. Trish Stratus asks if the girl next to him is his wife or girlfriend. And the guy goes, yeah. And Trish still proceeds to go, call me, to the guy, knowing that that's his girl. She says, is that your girl? He goes, yeah. She goes, call me. That's the Trish I used to miss, bro. Trish is actually good. Now, maybe it's the way she's booked. Maybe that's what is turning fans off. I don't know. But she always did the little things that just made BC laugh, man. That was really funny. She then has Becky's theme song played just to fool the crowd. Everybody thought it was actually Becky, and then she proceeds to make fun of them for thinking it was Becky. And then Becky's music plays a second time, and Trish is like, no, guys, the joke is done. Guys, relax. Stop the music. We already did the joke. And so she says, cut the music. But this time, it actually is Becky. Becky is right next to her. And she delivers a right hand and a Bexploder, sending Trish into retreat mode. Becky Lynch was the big return. A lot of fans were talking about a big return that was being teased by WWF. If you just listen to how they were teasing it, a big-time return, big-time Bex. I think we all kind of knew who it was. So a lot of people felt like it was anticlimactic. They were expecting something bigger, and when they just saw Becky, it was like, really, dude? But yeah, hey, it's funny you say that, Jeremiah, because that would be a fun brawl. That would be a fun brawl. But for what Becky, when Becky got in there, I don't know, she was off for a few weeks. She looked like she got a lot thinner. Did Becky look a lot thinner, man? I don't know if she was battling food poisoning or something. Hopefully not. I hope she's good. But she looked like she lost a lot of weight, man. I don't know what that... I have no idea, but... got to be careful with that. Trish will break her in half. Trish is really good, man, even at her age. But yeah, Becky looked like she lost a lot. This is another person went in there, and it just almost looked unrecognizable, man. Face thinned out. Really weird. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on in that female locker room, man. But I hope the best for him. I hope she wasn't battling something, and that's why she was out a little bit long. I have no idea. Yeah, you guys noticed it too, right? Yeah. Awkward. Like a lot of weight. It looked like she lost a lot. I mean, there's healthy, which is good. Hey, good for you. You lost weight, right? And then there's like, whoa, hold up, man. That's a little much. Sometimes when you're under the weather, that's why I'm asking. And I know she was away for a while. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, guys, I hope the best for her anyway. And that's the feud with that. I'm actually gonna, if you guys don't mind, do you guys give a shit? Do you guys give a shit about Trish versus Becky? I'm putting a poll up in the chat if you don't mind. If at least 100 of you guys can participate, just put yes or no. I just want to see how you guys feel. Do you guys give a shit about Trish versus Becky? It's in a blue box in your chat. It should be there in the next 10 seconds. Just go ahead and vote if you don't mind. I actually don't mind it, to be honest with you, but I reading the room, a lot of people don't care about this. It's kind of sad. I understand they're not doing epic shit with the storyline, and that does suck. But Becky and Trish, man, if done correctly, it could be special. Where are we at? Over 100 already. Thank you guys, man. Much love. Big props to my unit. Yeah, the Scarecrow. BC, nothing is on the line, but that's what I love, the Scarecrow. That's what I love. I love how Becky has not been in the title picture the last several feuds. JR9, my unit. Have you guys noticed that? I love that. That used to happen back in the day. This is teaching people that you can have stories, even if they're not epic or even good, but a story. I get it, right? All of creative right now in WWE is in the shitter once again. But you can do stuff that doesn't involve a title. For years, WWE was like, oh, if it doesn't have a title, it doesn't matter. No. One of my favorites in the world, Big Boss Man, rarely, if ever, had a title match of any sort. IC, World Title, Tag Team, nothing. Big Boss Man was always in storylines. Most of them were really good, by the way. I remember Tatanka, the model Rick Martel in storylines. Tito Santana. I love when feuds don't have a title on the line. Rey Mysterio and Dominik, right? They found that sweet spot. Father versus son. That's pretty cool. Cody and Brock could have been cool even without a title. They never even gave it a thought, the effort. I think Cody was supposed to get the title. Vince and Triple H, they got petty and they made a last-minute decision audible, and they were like, nah, yeah, you're right. We ain't going to let an AEW guy do that. Especially since he did that to my throne in AEW. And then it became fucking weird. But you don't have to have something on the line, guys. We have to start, broaden out the horizons. Nothing needs to be on the line for this. And I think wrestling fans need to get away from that mentality. Like, oh, there's not a title? I don't care about this. No, she turned on them. Didn't Trish turn on Becky, supposedly? Trish is the one that turned heel, so there's a feud. Now, I understand it's not being done correctly, per se. Trust me, nobody knows that more than BC in the unit. But, I mean, there's still a reason for it. Over $150. I'm going to end the poll right there. I was just wondering how you guys are. It's actually a lot closer than I thought. I mean, the way the wrestling community is crying about it, you would think like 99.99% like a Clorox wipe. People want nothing to do with Trish and Becky. But 58-41 is a little bit closer than I thought. I actually agree with the 41%. I'm down with Trish and Becky coming to blows, man, and seeing how it turns out. Appreciate everybody that participated in that. But that's how we started our number 3, Trish, Becky. Now moving on, Dominik Mysterio defeats Xavier Woods via the awe-inspiring, ultra-devastating roll-up. Now, if you're wondering, and if you're wondering how the roll-up, well, Xavier went for his walk the ropes elbow, and he completely missed. And then Dominik just got in the ring and literally just stacked his legs over his head and just fucking held him down. Just rolled this motherfucker up like a buttercup. Like, I'm just gonna coddle you, bitch. And Xavier's like, get me the fuck out of here. I give the backwoods. Get out of my backwoods. So Dominik goes into Xavier's backwoods and pins him via the backwood roll-up, basically. I mean, different variation, but it's still a roll-up to beast. Anything that's a hold-him-down move is a roll-up, man. Stop. I understand he got hurt from his little elbow. He missed his... But come on, Dominik is just rolling you up in a ball. You can't just get your shoulder just a centimeter up. Just a fucking centimeter, bro. Man, a lot of you guys went to the market and got strawberries. Did you all shop at the same market? Throw your fruit at Triple H right now, man. Paul Levesque and Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Throw your fruit. If you went to the market recently, throw your fucking fruit now. There you go, Lewis. Chuck a banana at Banana Nose. There you go. Take that, Pinocchio. That's right, Pimp Jesus. Cherry on top. I don't know if tomatoes are a fruit. Are they? Maybe they are. But fuck it. The product deserves the tomatoes. JR9, I pretty much live in a fruit facility at this point. JR9, I feel like there's been a lot more roll-ups recently. And again, I got to say this for 1,000 times. BC, it's not a traditional roll. It doesn't matter. On this channel, anything that is a hold-em-down move is considered a roll-up. That's just how I've always saw it. If you're just holding somebody down, you're rolling them up, bro. I don't care if it's all the variations. There's the schoolboy pin. There's the small package. There's different variations, and then there's just strictly, literally holding somebody down. It's all a roll-up. Adrienne Black, now I want a smoothie. That's what we do. If you're new to the channel and we get a fruit roll-up, you just chuck your fucking fruit at Triple H and Vince McMahon. Maybe one of them will hit him in the dome piece and they will finally wake up and maybe make a better product one day. Renee G, put those fucking kiwi limes on top. So Dominik Mysterio beats Xavier. Now, all the fun aside, right? Now, that's just a little bit of a fucking laugh. Okay. Guys, do you realize that was Xavier Woods' first match back on Raw after the draft, being drafted from SmackDown to Raw? Are you guys seeing a theme? Shinsuke Nakamura, Imperium, Ludwig, and Giovanni. Xavier Woods, everybody except for Zoey Stark, debuted on Raw last night, post-draft, and they all grabbed massive L's. And I say massive because Shinsuke was put in a tournament. This is where he's going to showcase to the world after injury that he's coming back stronger and better than ever, and he takes his first fucking L on Raw on something so meaningful. How about Imperium? They've already lost against the tag title holders. There's nowhere else to go. Isaiah, Janelle, Brian, Eric Leno, Total Package, Adrian Black, JR9 Gaming, I Love Pearl, Alex Hood, Godswilla, Network Guy Dave, Renee G, Eric Newton, Eddie Brash, James Shrimp Fajitas, Big Nang, anybody in the chat, CJ White. Do they even think about what they're doing? Wouldn't you start a tag team by beating people and one day in the future work their way up to tag team titles, right? A match. This fucking company puts them up against the tag champs and immediately lose. What would a wrestling fan need to see from them now? That's the mountaintop. That's the fucking title match. BC, it wasn't for the titles. It doesn't matter. It's against the champs. They've already lost. Who would want to see this 2, 3, 4 months down the line? Why would you start the very first match with the fucking champs and take a fucking simplistic L? It doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even make sense that you would start like that. If the Rockers debuted in WWF at the time, World Wrestling Federation, if the Rockers debuted against Champions Heart Foundation, I'd be yelling the same fucking rant that I am now. If Demolition debuted against the Road Warriors as champions, the Legion of Doom, I'd be ranting just like I am now. You are literally setting Imperium up for failure. They've already collected more than enough L's on the Blue brand. Their very first one is on Raw against the Mountaintop, the title holders. There's only one way to go, and that's down. I can't even believe that a podcaster, that my fucking unit, a microcosm in the wrestling world, that we have to come up with this logic because they don't even think about it. And Xavier Woods, add him to the list. He just shows up, and I'm not saying he should be beating Dominik Mysterio, guys, but I'm like, why is everybody just losing their first match on Raw? How is that an introduction, guys? Literally, how is... I mean, I'm trying to find any... I'm trying to find any inkling of, like, something that could be good. There's nothing. There's nothing. First impressions matter, man. First impressions matter. You only get one chance at a first impression. And all of these dudes showed up to Monday Night Raw for their first match, and they took massive L's. Come on, man. Backstage, we get a backstage segment. That was stupid. Why would I put that in my notes? Backstage, we get a backstage segment. Good job, Beasley. That was good, buddy. Stupid. I don't know what happened to BC while I was writing those notes. I don't know what the fuck I would write that for. Backstage, we got a backstage segment. Outside, I went outside earlier. What, basically? Anyway, backstage, we get a match between Nakamura and The Miz for next week. Now listen to this. We go to commercial. When we return, they're hyping this match up for next week. Nakamura versus Miz. Really? Oh, fuck. This company is trying to hype up to get you, Dr. Smooth Dude, you, Brian Ketchum, you, Network Guy Dave, you, Adrian, you, Mad Queen, to get all of you to tune in next week. You're going to get must-see TV finally after 10 years. You're going to get Shinsuke versus The Miz. No? Why is this crickets and dead air? What's going on? Did you guys not fucking hear me? I can't believe we're not electrified right now. I'm going to say this one more time. Maybe you're not understanding. Next week, and I don't know how we're going to control ourselves over the next 7 days. I don't know how we're going to hold back the anticipation. But next week, we are getting Shinsuke versus The Miz. I can't believe this is happening, man. I can't believe this is actually happening. It's The Miz and Shinsuke. It's literally happening. It's finally it's fucking happening. This is everybody's dream match, right? Everybody's. It's literally on my dream match list. You don't believe me? Right here. It says so. BC's dream match list. I didn't just write that right now. What are you talking about? This has been there for years. I want to see on my dream match Shinsuke versus Miz. Said nobody ever. And when I say nobody, I mean nobody has ever wanted to see Shinsuke versus fucking Miz. And by the way, I saw a gold card membership for 3 months. Ron C23. Dude, much respect. I love seeing those gold cards, man. I cannot tell you. BC, thanks for all you do, and I salute the entire unit. I'm proud to be a part of the best in the community. Rocket through the stratosphere. Ron C23, I appreciate that, man. Big time. That is the ultimate level of support. I cannot thank you enough, man. This thing is not as fun as it is. BC probably isn't doing this much content if it wasn't for you guys. People like Ron C23 and all my gold carders. My entire red team that just smashes the up. Something simplistic, doesn't cost a dime. Smash the up. It's because of you guys that we do this and have a lot of fun covering these shows, guys. Salute. Where was I, guys? Shinsuke versus Miz. I mean, that's a true story, man. That's what they're pumping up next week. Like, what? And obviously, Miz is going to get beat by Shin, and this is going to be what I told you guys. This is exactly confirming everything I've seen for 10 years. 50-50 booking. Shinsuke, lose this match, and we promise we'll give you a singles victory next week against Miz. And now they're going to try to bump up Shinsuke again, right? You're going to have a big win over, you're going to have a big win over Miz. Tell him, Paul. Tell him, doofus son-in-law. Yeah, it says right here, you're going to beat Miz. Right here, it says here. I have you jotted down. Miz, lose, Shinsuke. Right here. Was that good, my tribal chairman father-in-law? Shut up, you doofus. That's it. Miz and Shinsuke is what you have to look forward to next week. Yes. 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 Ah, it's so exciting. I don't know how I'm going to hold this excitement for another 7 days. Miz and Shinsuke. Fuck. Thank you, WWE, for this early Christmas present. Main event, Raw Tournament Final. The Final for the Raw side. Then we're going to do the same thing on SmackDown, and then those two winners will face each other at Night of Champions. But the Raw Tournament Final is Sethington versus Balor. Sethington pins Balor 1-2-3 via the stomp. It's clear that they're just redoing the Sethington U.S. title schmozzery again, this time with a new title called the New World title. But it's the same thing that we tried, the same experiment last year when they put the U.S. title on Seth because Roman didn't show up to work, especially not Mondays, and it failed. They don't know how to book Seth properly, just like most of the fucking roster. The title on Seth just didn't work. And now everybody is saying that Seth has to win this title. Okay. You guys got your way. It looks like that's what's going to happen. But I'm going to hold you accountable if shit goes off the rails. Then BC was right again. And Sethington should not have gotten the title. It's not about if he earned it or deserves it, of course. A lot of that roster has earned and deserves a championship. That doesn't mean they get it. It doesn't dictate what should be happening. If you're eyeing the product right now and see how severely damaged it is, throwing a title on Sethington is not going to solve any of your fucking problems. It's going to be a repeat of what the fuck happened for the U.S. title last year. Trust me. Trust me. I would have won a million different ways with this title. First of all, I would have never created a new title. I would have Cody with the fucking title, actually. I would have brought Roman back without titles and more of a diabolical heel with a bigger mission statement. I would have done business correctly. But since we're in this mess, I still would not have created a new title. And then once they did, they just went off the rails and started getting stupid. SmackDown's added into it. Then we start hearing that maybe the SmackDown guy, if he wins, will get traded to Raw. What? Then what the fuck was the draft for? The brand split draft. And why not wait till after? Nothing makes sense. Literally nothing. Guys, that's what I have for you, man. We went over an hour and a half on this review. I appreciate every single one of you guys, man. Absolutely epic. I'm going to stick around for a little bit longer and go over super chats. So whoever wants to stick around, love to shoot the shit with you. So I'm going to stick around. For anybody that was here just for the review, I appreciate it big time, man. On your way out, if you don't mind, make sure you smash that up. Let's get that to 300. I know. I only gave 27 minutes of notice in the middle of a Tuesday morning. But there's still not a reason we shouldn't be well over 3 right now, man. Let's get amped. We got to show the thousands that are going to tune in over the next 24 hours once this goes up on the channel. We got to show them that we knocked this motherfucker out of the park. We got to show them that we were not bitch boy Braden's live. Brian, that's because you guys are awesome. I appreciate that, man. I love Pearl. I agree with you on that, by the way. So if you came just for the review, salute to you guys, man. I hope you come back next time. And there will be a next time. Salute. Check you. We'll give them a moment to clear out and go about their day. And for anybody that wants to stick around, welcome. Let's start a whole new segment here, man, of this live stream. Let me get over to the supers. No, there was a bunch. I just got to get them on a bigger screen if you don't mind. Check you guys, man. Anybody taking off? Peace. Check you. We'll do this again soon, man. Come on back. Much more content for this week planned. Thank you, guys. We'll check you. Yeah, check you guys, man. Peace. Thank you for stopping by. All right. Now, for anybody that wants to stick around and keep shooting the shit with BC, I appreciate it. I'm going to stay as long as I can on this on these supers. We're going to start with the very first, before I was even live. Muhammad, and by the way, I got to give another shout out to Jane Donnelly and Ash Steggles, man. for yesterday's live stream, supers. I can't thank you guys enough. It's never needed. That many coffees is never needed, but it's pretty fucking cool. It's pretty fucking badass. I appreciate it. Muhammad Isa, 550. I hear the people who wanted Seth to win now complain it was too predictable. And I'm like, you wanted him to win. Yeah, that's another level of fickleness I'll never understand, Muhammad. You know what I mean? Like, they claim they want one thing, then it happens, and then they realize, oh, wait, what I said was stupid, right? It's like the Cody struggle, he's got to earn it thing, right? He needs to face adversity. And then when people realize, oh, wait, this is WWE we're talking about, they're going to fuck this up. And then they actually do fuck it up. And then they're like, oh, maybe we shouldn't have said what we said. Maybe Cody should have won it. It's the same thing here with Sethington. It sounds good in theory, right? Not Austin theory. But in theory, it sounds good. Man, Rollins has earned it. Rollins is the right choice to get the title. Okay. I just saw him with the U.S. title last year, and it did nothing for anybody. It was boring. It was horrible. Getting it off him couldn't come fast enough. Now we're just going to give him this runners-up participation trophy. Okay. So, Muhammad Isa, I'm not surprised at all, bro. And I truly mean that. Taryn Dawn, 5-spot coffee. Taryn Dawn says, sadly, I think that doofus son-in-law. I don't know why I naturally say it like that, but now I just got that ingrained. Sadly, I think that doofus son-in-law may make a triple threat match between Cody, Brock, and Roman. Yeah, that absolutely could be done. There's a good chance it's going to be done. No matter what, it's going to be greatly diluted. Whatever happens next in the future, whether it's next year or 10 years down the road, whatever happens with Cody and Roman will be greatly devalued, diluted, and straight up delusional. Because you'll never get that moment back like you had Sunday night. So Taryn Dawn, I'm pretty sure we're going to get bullshit like that. WWE, AEW Marvel fan with a 5-spot coffee says Finn Balor desperately needed that win. There was no reason for Seth Rollins to win. I guarantee the finals will be Seth Rollins versus Austin Theory. A rematch that we've seen 92 times last year alone. WWE, AEW Marvel fan. If we see Theory and Rollins again. And he would have to go through people like Edge, Rey Mysterio, AJ Styles is in that pool over on SmackDown. So I really hope that that's not the final, guys. Austin Theory versus Sethington. But WWE, AEW Marvel fan, you could be absolutely correct. That could be it. As far as Balor desperately needing the win, I don't know. You could probably say that. I don't know about desperately, but you are absolutely correct. Sethington did not need that W. And I agree with you, JR9, and a lot of you guys who said Balor would have been badass with the fucking title. I think that fits better. I think you can do more with Balor in that title than Sethington with the title. What the fuck do you do after Sethington wins the title? You guys cannot answer that. Nothing that would be fun because WWE, would fuck everything up. Whereas Balor with the Judgment Day, man, you could do so much cool shit with that. Man, Emmanuel Karaspati, 5-spot coffee, finally live again with the best wrestling community in BC. What I missed last night from Triple P, pathetic Pinocchio person. Salute unit. Salute Emmanuel Karaspati. You missed nothing, man. My notes, which are usually every hour is a full page of notes, every page was about 3/4 filled. It was a bunch of weird matches and weird decisions. Paul Levesque and Vince McMahon as a tag team are pretty destructive. Emmanuel, I appreciate the words, man. The best wrestling community and BC. Emmanuel, I'm glad that you were up in here, man. Appreciate you always. Emmanuel Caraspati, Italiano. Christopher Blackshear. Oh, no, hold on, Christopher. JR9 Gaming, 10-spot. JR9, my right-hand man, fucking quick with it today, man. JR9 was on fire today, bro. JC and Roxy are facing each other in the first round of the NXT title tourney. If given time, it could be the best match of the entire thing. I see Gigi costing JC, and Roxy will face Cora in the final at Battleground. Whew. Here's the thing. I got to go to the live chat. Jer9, who do you have win that then? You know how much I love Roxy. That's my favorite in NXT, easily. One of my favorites in all of wrestling. I don't know if Roxy needs the title back right now. The way she lost it, it gives... She could do so much without a title. But do you give it to Cora Jade, or are you set on Roxy if that's the case? Jer9, I just looked at the chat. Jer9 already spit that shit out, man. You are rocking, bro. Cora wins the title. Yeah, I see it the same way. If you're setting it up like that, Cora Jade, let's give her the moment. It's clear WWE's high on her. Maybe Braun Breaker wants to go to the main roster a little closer to Cora Jade. I'm not saying Cora's ready right now. Yeah, I would go Cora Jade. And guys, that's coming from a Roxy fan. And if it's set up like JR just said, which I'm fucking totally down with all of that. GG costing JC. Roxy goes over to Cora. And then you have Cora win. And this is coming from a huge Roxanne Perez fan. But there's no reason for Roxy to get that title back. And I say that, guys, because knowing Roxy like I do and how good she is and what she can, every box she checks, there's some people that literally don't need a title up front, right? They just don't. They can check off every box and you can let that title ride on somebody else. Roxy is just that person, man. Yeah, Jared 9, man. I'm so high on Tiffany, though. So high on Tiffany. Her promos. I know she said, Jared 9, isn't it funny how she said, I want to stay in NXT a little longer. I want to work on my promos and shit. JR9, she's opening video packages for fucking Tuesday night events or NXT pay-per-views. She's like the opening video package narration. Now, I understand that shit's written out, but the delivery is still flawless. And her fucking moonsault is 117 times better than Charlie Flair's already. A thing of beauty, like the Over the Moonsault by my girl Io Sky. No, you're wrong again, Robert Hurt. She actually does not need her title back. As I just said, I don't know why you just got to say the opposite of what I just said. I literally just said she doesn't need her title back. Now, you can disagree with it all you want, but the fact remains that she has been fine without titles throughout her early career, and that's why I'm saying that the title is better situated with somebody like Cora Jade because it helps NXT out. That's what I'm trying to say. You have to see where the title is going to help the whole brand. NXT is helped out better with it on Cora Jade, more than it is with Roxy. So you can say, I would like Roxy to get the title back, but she does not need the title back. You guys don't have to just disagree just to disagree, guys. My words are going to be accurate. JR9 watches NXT thoroughly. He will back me up on that. Cora can do more with the title than Roxy right now, because Roxy doesn't need it. JR9, am I right or am I wrong? Right or wrong? Thank you, brother. It's not rocket science. Careful with the way we use the word need. Man, some people just want to say the opposite. Just to be, what did B say? I'm going to say the opposite, man. Stop it. Come on, guys, man. We got to be thinking factually. There's times for our opinions. There's time to disagree. And then there's times to see what is going to help the promotions. Man, JR9 Gaming, appreciate you, brother. Much love and respect, man. Looking forward to that, actually, man. I mean, that's how you book women properly. I mean, the way you're setting it up anyway. Let's hope Michaels does it. Christopher Blackshear, 2-spot Raw sucked. Seth, get a new gimmick or get out. I like it, man. At least Christopher Blackshear, drop the fucking song, bro. Drop the fucking song. Now, I know everybody loves it. BC is just nauseous by it. I get it. So I'm not gonna knock it too much, but I just say I get nauseous, but I have to mute that shit. Gabrielle Hogg, 5 spot. What up, Gabrielle? Title should have gone to someone Roman hadn't beat. Bobby Lashley, AJ, etc. Also, what is the hype like for All In the U.S.? Already got my ticket. Oh, Gabrielle, rock it out, man. All In currently has a roughly 60,000 tickets sold, man. How much is legit? How much will be third party? We'll see. But pretty cool. The hype is, I mean, it's there. It's a lot of people don't know what to expect here in the States for All In. You know, we're kind of like, we're just listening to how many tickets are being sold. We're trying to get a better picture of the card. So we just know it's going to be an awesome atmosphere. A lot of us, it ain't just BC or just this channel, a lot of us are kind of wondering how they're going to do 2 pay-per-views in 1 week. Because they're doing All In on the 27th. And then the next week, they're doing All Out. They have to go back to the States real quick, do All Out. So it's a lot of uncertainty, but a lot of excitement, Gabrielle. Have a good time. You're going to fucking love it. Jane Donnelly. Oh, look at it. This is back-to-back, guys. Jane and Stegmeister, Ash Stegels, back-to-back supers. Those were the fucking MVPs last night. It's kind of funny how back-to-back my MVPs show up. Like fucking Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. Jane Donnelly, 10 spots, says, what up, BC? What up, Jane Donnelly? At work right now, so can't stick around. Already gave the like button a bank statement. It tapped out real quick. Have some coffee on me, and I'll catch the vid later. Rock out, amp unit. Red team, go! You know what I love about that, too? Jane Donnelly is actually a gold card member, and he's showing all the love to the red team as well, man. That is badass. Jane Donnelly. Appreciate it, brother. Whoop ass at work. Thank you for smashing that up, and not just smashing it, but tapping that shit out. Bank statement status. And again, MVP the last 24 hours, so Jane Donnelly, separate swig. And fellow MVP Ash Stegmeister Stegels with a 20 spot says, what the F? What the F was that last night? What the fuck was that last night? Might just miss Clash of Champions because we already know who's taking the consolation prize. I mean championship. Because it ain't Cody, who is seriously being done filthy by triple bullshit in VKM. Perfectly put, Ash Stegmeister. You are right, man. It's a foregone conclusion. It's already set in stone with this company. They're going to give it to Sethington, and my concerns are valid. And it sounds by your super chat, Ash, that you and your concerns are the same as BC's when it comes to Sethington winning that fucking title. And Cody's booking is not going to work in the long run. All this adversity that everybody wanted and he's currently going through, how's it working out for you? And I'm going to ask that question in a month and especially 2 to 3 months from now. How is it working out? Let's see if we come anywhere near that moment that was ready to explode at WrestleMania Night 2. Let's see if we ever come to that type of an atmosphere. We're never going to. Stegmeister! Appreciate you big time, man. You and Jane Donnelly, man. Another level of support that was not even needed. So cool. So cool to have, though. Ash. That's a separate swig. You guys are the best, man. Eric Newton, 5 spot. Cody is starting to feel like 2015 Roman. He's being forced, and by the time or if he wins the title, no one is going to care. Eric Newton, exactly right, brother. That's what I was just saying, and I was just saying with Stegmeister's super as well. That's the problem. No matter what happens, this has been done so badly. Starting with the botched decision at Mania, and then everything that happened since, that by the time we even get to it, they're not even going to have him take on Roman because he will be so diluted. And I wouldn't be surprised if that is their whole plan. Paul Levesque and Vincent Kennedy, if it's sabotage, internal sabotage. I wouldn't even put it past this company. Eric Newton is right on the fucking head on that one. Jack Brewer with a 20 spot. Jack Brewer, one of my first gold card members, by the way. One of my first channel members. At work now, I gave the like button a Macho Man elbow. Yeah, dig it. That's my boy, the Macho Man, Randy Savage. Jack Brewer says, at work now, gave the like button a Macho Man elbow from the top rope. Giving the GOAT a coffee. We'll catch the stream later. Salute, BC, and the red team, and the gold team. Stay amplified. You review wrestling better than the rest. You keep it real. Check you. Jack Brewer, man. Man, I got to sit on that super chat for a second, man. That warms the heart. I appreciate that so much, Jack Brewer. I appreciate you just tuning in, especially when you guys tell me you're at work and you take a moment to say what's up to BC, throw him a coffee, and smash the up. It's fucking mind-boggling how epic that is. So, just like Jane Donnelly, who was at work, Jack Brewer, I appreciate you big time, man. One of the first Gold Card members, throwing coffees like that, and those words really do mean a lot. Because it's a big community with a lot of mouths in it. And everyone's got 140 characters. Everybody thinks that their opinion is actually fact, but they don't use logic and common sense. And before you know it, you got takes like what Bubba Ray Dudley is giving out. We keep it real here, Jack, and it's because of people like you. Appreciate you, man. Bro, Ash Stegmeister Steggles came right back with another 20 spot, bro. No joke. Stegmeister! He says, Ash Steggles, the Stegmeister says, and I quote, when I smashed the like button with a spear, I thought, no, that's not good enough. So I picked it back up and choke slammed it. But even that wasn't enough. Because last night I hit the like with a tombstone pile driver for the W. Ha ha! You guys are more creative than the fucking company. You guys realize that? Stegmeister, get a job in World Wrestling Entertainment. Start changing this shit from within. I love it, brother. That like button got fucking quadruple pinned. Too funny. Stegmeister! Appreciate you, brother. Big Nang, couple of 2 spots. Raw sucks. Then you die. If you know, you know. No question, brother. That's the old saying. Life sucks, then you die. Raw sucks. Big Nang concludes. Big Nang says, time to take the E out and bring the N. Numbnuts. World Wrestling Numbnuts. WWN. Get the E out. If you don't know what Big Nang is talking about and why that's really funny, is because back when we took out World Wrestling Federation, the Federation, and we put in entertainment, their shirt would say, WWE, get the F out. And we all just had to laugh because it was so stupid. Thank you, Big Nang. Always get BC again. You always get BC popping, man. Network guy Dave with a 10 spot. Always good to see Network guy Dave up in here. He can't always show up. I'm assuming via work, because of work. Network guy Dave, gold card, by the way. Appreciate you, brother. Network guy Dave says, what up, BC and the AMP unit? What up, Network guy Dave? The booking of these wrestlers are so bad that you can't invest into 90% plus of them. The majority of wrestling today is stale, hence why the ratings are low. Numbers don't lie. Steiner math. Network guy Dave, exactly right. It's not cord cutting, or not solely, not by a long shot. It's not just watching highlights the next day. It's not playoff games or holidays or presidential speeches. It's no, those are small pieces of the pie. The biggest reason why numbers are in the shitter is because the product is in the shitter. Simple as that. When the product is on fire, it's on fire and fans need to tune in. It's called must-see TV. At the bare minimum of a big playoff game, we're at least tuning in every single commercial break. Do you know what the quarterlies are showing us in all these shows? That even in commercial breaks, nobody cares to tune in to professional wrestling. There's no FOMO anymore. No fear of missing out. So, Network guy Dave, you are so correct, man. And you're right. These wrestlers are so badly booked, you can't even invest into 90% of them. It's what I said earlier. You cannot invest into average. Nobody is going to invest into average. It's not going to happen. If you have an immaculate pizza shop that just opened up and a little mom and pop pizza shop where they're literally grilling shit or putting in pizza on the floor, they got little burners on. Why would you eat your pizza at the little bootleg mom and pop shop? You got this immaculate pizza shop dishing out extra cheese pizzas. You don't want average. Why would you get behind somebody who's winning half of their matches and losing half? How is that a winner? Why would you back somebody like that? Network guy Dave, right on the money on that, man. Jamal Straken, $4.99, 5 spot. BC, I love and respect Sonya and Liv, but I can never believe a feud between the two of them because they always post each other on their socials. I love this subject. You guys know that. Thank you. Let me touch up on this for a second. Jamal Straken, I appreciate that super chat. So let me reread that from Jamal. BC, I love and respect Sonya and Liv, but I can never believe a feud between the two because they always post each other on their socials. This is why I say social media is helping to kill the wrestling star, right? The celebrity. It is. Social media is doing that. There was an old music video, or music song. It was called Video Killed the Radio Star. Video killed the radio star. Meaning that video just took away the special aspect of the radio star, right? Well, professional wrestling, just like a lot of entertainment, social has helped to ruin and flatten kayfabe. I said with Eddie Kingston and Claudio Cesaro, you really believe that they didn't like each other for a moment there because Eddie was so passionately against this guy. And then you just see them eating a steak dinner together. And then we're supposed to watch them at Ring of Honor? Stop. Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman, when they were in their big feud and they were over, they were in another country, I forgot where, and they were seen backpacking through Europe or some shit on a picture. And I'm like, wait, you guys are having ambulance matches. Why are you sharing each other's lunch? You are so right, Jamal. I wish more individuals just cared about kayfabe a little bit more. I know the curtain has been pulled back. The magic tricks are pretty much ruined. Kayfabe is all but dead, but you gotta keep it alive. Pro wrestling will never survive if kayfabe is totally dead. If you have social and you're a pro wrestler, man, believe in your own shit enough to care about it. And by that, I mean whatever you're posting, kind of go with your story that you're in. Make it make sense. Don't tear back the curtain so far that nobody can watch the product the way it should be watched. I hope that makes sense, guys. These wrestlers they give too much away on social and they don't even give a fuck. Jamal, good topic there, bro. Flips 1, 5 spot. I'm finally able to catch one of your live streams. Keep doing your thing, BC. Flips 1. Good to see you back in that chat, man. I appreciate the coffee and the up. So good to see you back up in here, man. I'm glad you caught this on 27 minutes of notice, by the way, in the middle of a Tuesday morning, but that's how BC still is, bro. Muhammad Isa, my first super chatter of this live stream, came back with another 550. Muhammad says, BC, I honestly believe the guy to beat Roman is... Drum roll. Muhammad says, BC, I honestly believe the guy to beat Roman is The Miz. Muhammad, I totally agree. If it's not The Miz, it's a bust. Miz has to be the guy to take those titles. I don't even know if we could joke that, man. That's too funny. Too funny, unit. Muhammad, man, you might get the joke of the day, bro. Bad Big Dog 95, 5 spot. PC, did you notice the tease of a tag team between Shinsuke and Miz? I will put my head to a wall if they do this. Bad Big Dog 95. Miz was certainly teasing it. Shinsuke says, come on. Looks like Shinsuke is just going to get a W over Miz. If Shinsuke wants to go heel, I'm fine with it. But no, not with the Miz. Fuck that. I'm sick of people being with the Miz. It doesn't go anywhere. But I noticed the tease. I'm hoping it ends with just Shinsuke beating The Miz and be done with it. Bad Big Dog 95. Dr. Smooth Dude, 2-spot. Thoughts about the Packers draft. Reed looks good. I thought we had a decent draft, to be honest. We needed an end anyway. Of course, Dr. Smooth Dude, everybody's like, oh man, just pack the receivers. Get more help for Watson, especially Jordan Love. He's going to need it. No, get the ends. Get your defense bolstered. Defense wins games. When I used to play football, my coaches used to remind us that, and I was always mostly offense. But defense wins games, believe it or not. That's where the firepower is going to begin, and then the offense has to hold its own. So I'm actually okay with it. And I think a lot of people were, not too many people were bashing the Packers for this draft. So I don't think I'm the only one. Usually that's not the case for a Packers draft. But Dr. Smooth Dude and Reed, absolutely. As of now, I don't want to jinx anything, but as of now, yeah. So you're from Iowa, so you know about Van Ness. Yeah, I loved that pick. I really did. I think that was one of the voids that finally Green Bay got right. And they have a bad rap when you have Aaron Rodgers and you take Jordan Love 3 years away from Aaron Rodgers going away. No, bro. We have a bad rap. But yeah, no, man. No, we did good this time. And I think Ness is going to be a beast. I saw his highlight reel, bro. Dr. Smooth Dude. It's going to be a fun season, man. I can't wait to see what Aaron Rodgers does with the Jets, to be honest. I got no player hating going on, man. JR9 Gaming. 2-spot. Roxy lost to Emma on main event last night. What the fuck? I did not want to hear that, bro. I hope it's just a tune-up match to make all the suit and ties really see her on the main roster. I hope this is just a no harm, no foul sitch. You cannot tour her around the next 2 months on main roster. I don't care if it's a dark match or not. Main event, isn't that televised somewhere? Or on the tube or something, JR9? Where's main event shown? Is that just a dark match, or was it literally filmed for main event? If that was filmed for television, that is ludicrous. Hulu. So they're going to put a Roxy match on Hulu, main roster, losing to Emma. I can't even with this. I can't even fathom this, man. I truly believe they're getting a feel of who they want to bring up and when. If they do this more than that once, JR9, I'm not okay with that, bro. And that's going to be a side rant. Thank you for informing me of that, because now I'm going to be on the lookout for that shit. This is what the company does, guys. This is what I try to tell you. Jane Donnelly, 5-spot, caught another spare minute. Have some more coffee while I plot a colleague's murder. Jane Donnelly, go easy on him. It ain't worth it, bro. It ain't worth it. There's other ways to suffer other than being in prison. You can watch Monday Night Raw every Monday night. At least you get some freedom with that. Jane Donnelly. Too funny, bro. I appreciate you, bro. MVP status easily with the Stegmeister. Another separate swig for Jane Donnelly. That got a pop out of BC. Jason Barker, 10 spot. What up, Jason Barker? What the hell is this storyline with Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar? Still no explanation for Raw after Mania, and piped in boos for Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes, of all people. Come on, WWE. Jason Barker, I don't know how long you've been with the channel, and it's so good to have you, and I appreciate the coffees, and you were exactly right in your way of thinking. I've been saying this since Mania. This is what people are going to get. If anybody wanted adversity and struggle and you want Cody to earn it, I hope you understand that WWE, you gave them the benefit of the doubt, and it's not going to work out correctly because they don't know what to do creatively. So if you give WWE an inch, they'll take a mile. If you give them a foot, they'll take a mile. It's what this company does. And a lot of people let them off the hook with that WrestleMania botch. Oh, Roman needs to keep it for 1,000 days. Cody needs more adversity. And look at the last month. And now it ain't ended, Jason Barker, because now we go another month of this shit. And that's only the second match. I believe it's going to be a rubber match. Brock wins this, and then in June or July, maybe even SummerSlam, we get the rubber match between Brock and Cody. I think that's their plan. Brock and Cody through all of spring into summer. Because that's what this company does, man. Piped in noise that actually overtook the microphone of Brock. And guys, there was piped in noise throughout the night last night. I don't know if you guys caught it. BC did. Network guy Dave, 10 spot. BC, did you hear about Jungle Boy Jack Perry being a jerk at a wrestling convention? Billy Gunn basically admitted that the younger talent don't listen. Why would you not listen to someone like Billy? These kids think they have it figured out. They did a lot of moves in their mother's yard on the trampoline. They can do 420, 680, 790 planchas. They can do the suicide dives, the moonsaults. They can do the shooting stars. They can do all of it. And they think that they're just better than the old school wrestlers, man. It's today's day and age. It ain't just wrestling. It's all across the board. And that's why they'll never be as over as some of these dudes. It's sad, but it's true. I like Jungle Boy, by the way. I didn't hear about him being a jerk at a convention, but that's a lot of these young dudes. They get a lot too soon. I don't know how I like Jungle Boy. How he's in a main event. I don't care if it's a 4-way or a 20-way. How he's in a main event. If you put his weight with Sammy Guevara and Darby Allin, they don't even equal a Yokozuna. And I've seen Yokozuna eat L's. Take L's. All three of them against MJF. Listen, Jungle Boy, I like him. He's a mid-carder at best right now anyway. I'm not believing that Jungle Boy is a main event superstar right now with the roster that Tony Khan has. So I don't know if this is true and he's being a jerk. He needs to tone it the fuck down because his ego is getting a little carried away. Network guy Dave. Appreciate that bit of info. I did not hear about that, and you are exactly correct. It's bullshit, and they need to start listening a lot more. Do you know The Undertaker tried to offer advice? He's not telling the younger generation to put away the video games fully. He's saying, can you at least spend a couple of hours in the locker room on video games and then really work on shit? Your character, ask any of the old time, go over shit with the old timers, go over shit with the people that you're going to be working with, like care more. Put more investment into it. Instead, a lot of them are just playing video games all day because it relieves stress. And they called The Undertaker a fucking a bitter. They said The Undertaker is too old school. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He needs to shut up. This is Mark Calloway, The Undertaker. And it ain't just Billy Gunn, network guy Dave. Dustin Rhodes has admitted, because Dustin Rhodes trains a lot of the people backstage in AEW, especially the ladies. But he says that he sees a lot of the younger kids just not want to take the criticism or not want to ask the questions when they're all right there. Network guy Dave, I'll never understand, man. But it's just a different day and age, man. JR9 Gaming, 2-spot Edge versus AJ versus Ray. In theory, Bobby Sheamus is on SmackDown. Is that confirmed, JR9, or is that what you're hoping for? Hold on, I'll go to the live chat. JR9, that super chat, is that a confirmed double? And then I'll go back to that. Hold on, I'm on a delay. Somebody tell me if that's confirmed, those 2 SmackDown triple threats. JR9, yeah, confirmed, shown on the bracket last night. Thank you, JR. I will go back to your super chat so I can actually confirm, register this. So JR9 says, okay, so these are the matches JR9 just told me. Edge versus AJ Styles versus, what the fuck? That's a crazy triple threat. First of all, I would never book that because that's too much. I mean, 2 of those 3 should not be losing in the same match. But as a fan, I guess we just take a step back and enjoy it, right? If they give them enough time, that could be a fun triple threat. I can't believe they're putting 3 faces together like that. And then you have Theory versus Bobby Lashley versus Sheamus. Theory, Bobby, and Sheamus. Basically, I would have switched one of those up, but at least the Edge, AJ, and Ray match will be really good. Theory and Bobby are back together. Bobby Lashley cannot get away from Austin Theory, guys. Do you realize that? Yeah, basically Backlash's triple threat JR9 Gaming. Absolutely. You're just taking out a Bronson Reed and you're putting in a Sheamus. And Bronson, that triple threat was just taking out Seth Rollins that we've seen 10 times last year, and you just put in Bronson. Now you're taking out Bronson, putting in Sheamus. Bobby cannot get away from Theory, so I don't understand that match. And on the flip side, I don't understand the concept of putting 3 faces in the same match where 2 faces have to lose against the 1 face. So JR9 Gaming, I don't understand that at all, bro. I appreciate that information. I did not know that. Interesting. Stegmeister, Ash Steggles 5 spots, says Shinsuke Nakamura going from a world title match at Mania against AJ to The Miz on a random Raw next week. My head through a brick wall coming soon. Like a fucking movie coming to a theater near you. A collective dome piece through a brick wall. Yeah, and the fact that they're hyping it up like it means something just to get Nakamura his victory back for losing last night. That's what this is, Ash Steggles. Stegmeister. This is just the consolation prize for Shinsuke. Do the job to Sethington, and we promise a big victory next week on Raw. And Shinsuke's like, okay, who's it against? Miz. What? But we're going to promote it big time, market it big time. Nobody is going to watch Raw to see Shinsuke versus Miz. Stegmeister. MVP status this last 24 hours, man. Guys, I think I got to every single super chat somehow in the last 45 minutes. Ash, Stegmeister, Steggles, and Jane Donnelly MVPs over the last 2 streams, man. I cannot thank you guys enough. While simultaneously gold card members, JR9 Gaming, who has just been spitting out fast as fuck today, information to BC when it was needed, and even information I didn't even know about. JR9 Gaming, I appreciate you big time. Network guy Dave stopped by, man, throwing coffees, smashing that up. Jason Barker joins. Dr. Smooth Dude, Bad Big Dog 95, Flips 1, Muhammad Isa, Jamal Straken. I know I got Big Nang. Jack Brewer, Eric Newton, Gabrielle Hogg going to All In. Hopefully it's a rockin' time. Christopher Blackshear, Emmanuel Cadaspati, WWE AEW Marvel fan, Taryn Dawn. Damn, bro. I had a lot of my tried and trues up in here, and a lot of individuals came back that I haven't seen up in the chat in a long time. I love seeing that shit, man. And to all of my channel members, I kept you guys here well over 2 hours, so I won't do a roll call now, but I'm going to do you guys one better. In the near future, hopefully over the next week, I don't know exactly when, I'm going to do a members-only live chat, guys. Really get the gold unit together and really start to, see where we need to head into SummerSlam. Really start to get our ducks in a row. Really see where the unit is at. So I'm going to call all my boardroom members, all my gold unit. I got to get you guys together. We'll do a channel membership chat. For all of my red unit that was in here today, man, just for taking a moment, it cost nothing. It's totally free. Smashing that up and helping the algorithm, because what's going to happen now is we're going to end the stream. This podcast, this live stream is going to go up on the channel now. And that's going to allow thousands of people to catch this. And they're going to see that we rocked the fuck out. So I appreciate you guys big time. Carlos Ray was up in here, man. I don't know if for the whole stream, but Carlos, always good to see you up in here, man. Adrian Black, of course, Pile Driver, Finisher, Gold Status. Renee G, always good seeing you up in here. Keep on rocking, James Shrimp Fajitas. Eric Leno. Robert Hurt. Appreciate it, brother. Big time Baxter. Flip. I love it. Stegmeister. Bonkers LFC. Mr. Block Ice 22 was up in here. Haven't seen Mr. Block Ice in a while. Squatch. I got Pile Driver. I know that Pimp Jesus was up in here, man. Fuck yeah. Blicky. Fuck yeah, man. All right, guys. We'll stay here another hour if I do a full roll call. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to say until next time. And there will be a next. Oh, hold on, man. Hold on. We got new channel membership, man. Gold status, Jason Barker, who just sent in a super, by the way. Jason Barker, welcome, man. My unit has already welcomed you. I didn't even see. I was too busy fucking going ballistic on something. Probably the 2 triple threats from SmackDown that Jared and I provided me information on. Welcome, Jason Barker. I appreciate the membership, man. Stay amplified. Your gold card is now activated. I appreciate the membership, dude. Jason Barker's up part of the unit. And Network Guy Dave with a 5-spot coffee to take us out of the live stream. WWE needs to go back to the main 4 pay-per-views and have a few prime events in the year, like Saturday night's main event or even a Clash of the Champions. Clash of Champions. What do you think? I've always said that, Network Guy Dave, no doubt. And you're a tried and true, so Network Guy Dave, you know how I feel about that. WWE Pro Wrestling is at its best when it follows the 4 pay-per-view a year formula and format. WWE used to have the Royal Rumble, 3 months later WrestleMania, 3 months later SummerSlam, 3 months later Survivor Series. 4, and it gave you 3 months, or the better part of 3 months in between each, to build awesome storylines. And a lot of them didn't even have a title on the line. And you were still looking forward to the storylines. So Network Guy Dave, ever since pay-per-view started going every month to suck out more pennies out of everybody, that was the beginning of the decline of pay-per-views, man. And then the streaming services totally, I don't know if it put the final nail in the coffin, but one of the final nails, man. Not cool at all. So Network Guy Dave, I could not agree more, man. And I've said that from the jump as well. So until next time, and there will be a next time, think, be, live, and always. Top guys, we're out. We the ones. The rest in this community, far distant twos, not even close. BC saying check you. Salute, unit. Salute.